Hey, Coach, between the assists, the shooting, the transition looks, what did you like most about your group's offensive performance tonight?
Just the way we shared it. I thought that was the epitome of guys playing with pace, creating advantages for each other, and then spraying the ball around and finding the open man. I thought we played, I think this is an unselfish team every night. But I thought tonight, the product was incredibly unselfish. We had some unbelievable possessions with multiple passes and just finding the wide open shot on a lot of them. And I give our guys a lot of credit. They really played together tonight.
Joe Masato, the Oklahoman.
Yeah, Mark, I wanted to ask about the uniform situation. Did you think that could be an issue to begin the game? And also just talk us through the strangeness of having your guys have to change at halftime.
I certainly didn't notice it or, even think about it, to be honest with you. And then it was a league mandate that we just reacted to. So they made me aware of it at halftime. When I went in the locker room, the guys were in white uniforms, and then we went out and played the second half. But, we took our cue from the league there and kept it moving.
Thanks. Also wanted to ask, just how did you think Ty looked in his debut tonight for you guys?
Well, I think the thing that was most impressive about how he played was I thought he did a great job of just kind of plugging in, which is always a challenge when, he's coming from Orlando within the last 48 hours. And I just thought he just seamlessly plugged in. And, I think it's a testament to our holistic development, and our development program and all the different people. Ty got injured in the first hour of training camp. And then, it was an uphill recovery for him. Obviously, I think he expected to be back sooner, and he had to battle through. And, he started with the Thunder, had to grind through a lot of rehab. A lot of people touched him, medical, performance, coaching. And then obviously went to the bubble, which creates even more of a challenge on the program. And for him to be able to go to Orlando and, get himself back onto the court for the first time, go through all the medical and performance stuff down there, play basketball, in that system, and then be able to come back, and kind of hit the treadmill once his feet hit it. I think it's just a really good, anecdote for us developmentally. And the best part about it is it wasn't easy. And most of the credit goes to Ty because he's the one doing the work. But that's the type of stuff that as a program we take a ton of pride in.
Nick Gallo, Thunder Broadcast.
Yeah, you've talked about Teo quite a bit, but just the ease at which he seems to be able to make plays. What stood out to you tonight about the way that he operated?
Well, none of the passes were surprising because he had that when we drafted him. But the thing that he did tonight, I've talked a couple times about him, playing more aggressively, hitting the gas, and he's had little, flickers of that throughout the course of the season. But I thought tonight he played in that mode, and I thought it created a lot of advantages for him. And as a result, with more advantages, he then was able to make more of those passes and make more of those plays. And that's kind of the mode that we'd like him to play in is, foot on the gas, stay aggressive, don't worry about mistakes, gain advantages, because when he does, he can obviously really, really pass the ball. And I thought tonight was a good marriage of those two things.
Daniel Bell, Black Sports Online.
Hey, Coach, this is a little bit non-game related, but there's been a little talk about who was an all-star snub, and there was two guys that played tonight in Trey and Shea. And I've seen a lot of coaches talk about how it was tough picking the 7 reserves and how they wish it was more guys. So my question is, do you share that same feeling? And then secondly, what's the process of picking those 7 reserves?
Well, to answer your second question, the process, the coaches choose, so we get a ballot and we vote for our conference. So I voted for the Western Conference reserves. You can't vote for your own player.
No, I mean, like, what's the thought process, not the actual.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I really got technical there with you. The thought process is, you choose the guys that you think are deserving. I choose to do that collaboratively because I don't pay close attention to the league. I'm more focused on our team. So I work with our people here that kind of see the league, and we work together on who we think is deserving, and we vote on who's deserving. And then, there's obviously more great players than there are all-star spots. So every year, there's people that are worthy that don't get in because there's a fixed number of spots. And I think we have one of those guys. But, as I've said before, the thing that makes Shea special is he goes out there and competes, and he's incredibly present out there on the court. He's not thinking about status. He's not thinking about accolades. He is lost in the competition and has been from the get-go. Tonight was no exception. That's what I would expect from him again tomorrow. And that's why we think we have a really, really good player on our hands, because not only is he really talented, but he's got a mindset that is for the team and that's incredibly present and focused on things of substance. And I give him a lot of credit for that.